Okay, everyone, we started with lesson 5 and I did part of it, and if you recall, you're creating a menu program. We had all the server's name, server's ID, the table location, etc. And we got to the part where we were creating prompts from the user. So we were asking the user to enter information into our program. And these are the prompts telling the user what we want them to enter into our program. And I did the first couple of prompts, and then I told you to go and try to do the rest. So today I'm going to do a few of them or finish them up. So I want to see out, enter table location, colon, space, semicolon. Okay, and then cn, and my variable I had for the table location was tab block. And then the next thing I want to do a cn.ignore, because I just did a cn, right? So cn.ignore parentheses, because I'm about to ask cout, I want my user to input enter drink name, and you know the drink name might have a space in it, so I want to use a get line. Whoops, that's not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be a semicolon. There we go. Then I do get line cn comma, and my variable was drink name. Now remember, capitalizing and lowercase matter. So because I have this cn here, the cn comes with a new line character included with it. So I say ignore the cn and now do get line. That's what I'm doing here. Alright, so let's keep going and finish up our prompts. Alright, so if we keep going, you'll see a pattern here. I just did the cn ignore, entered the drink name, get line. Next you'll have cout, enter the drink price. So this is going to be a numerical value, right, with a decimal point. So that was our double. Our variable was a double because it had a decimal value, and it was called drink price. It has camel case here because this is lowercase letters, then a capital, which makes that hump, and then price. So here's our variable. So this tells the user what to enter, and then this is the variable that holds what they enter. The next one, notice I have the cn ignore here because I'm about to use get line, and I have a cn right before it, and I say enter the appetizer name, and then when the user types in an appetizer name, it's stored in app name. Next, enter the appetizer price. This is a double value, so it's not going to need get line. We just do cn and then our double variable value, our data type, app price, will hold whatever value that they type in, whatever money amount they type in. Then the next item is enter the entree, and of course we're going to allow them to have spaces in the entree name, so we use a cn ignore so we can use get line and not have the new line character that might be left over from this cn, and we'll enter the entree, get line, here's our cn statement, and then here's our variable name for the entree name. Okay. Then next, enter the entree price. I have a mistake here. I don't want that to be capitalized. Cout, enter entree price. They type in a numerical value and it's stored in the double ent price, okay, using camel case again. The next one is cn ignore because we're going to be able to use get line, so the person typing in the answer to enter dessert name is going to be able to use spaces. So they'll type in the dessert name and it'll be stored in des name. Then next is enter the dessert price, and they'll type in a numerical value and it'll be stored in des price, which is a double. Now yours might be in a different order. Your prompts and your CN statements, you might not have done it in the same exact order that I did it. That's okay. Your variables might be different. You might have used the same exact variables I used. Your program will probably look different. You might put your comments in different places. You could put a comment before each one of these and say what this little piece does, right? You could explain that. That would be good practice to do that. You want to document your program and what you're doing in it. It makes it easier for you as you go along. Now the next part is where I do the math. I say my subtotal, meaning it's not the final total, is going to equal drink price, the app price, plus the dessert price, all added together, and I get a subtotal. Now, I didn't put everything in here, did I? Did I get my entree price? I did not. So you need to double check this, right? And make sure all the prices for everything are in the subtotal. And then I want you to determine the tax and the total for the entire meal. I also want you to finish the output. What will the output to the screen look like once the user types in all this information and gives you the information? What will the output to the screen look like? I want you to finish up and output all the values to the screen and add a tip so that the customer can tip the server. Add the tip to the total. Allow the user to enter the payment information. How much did the customer pay for the meal? And then output any change due. And if the customer tried to chintz you, I want you to figure out if the customer did not pay enough, and if they did not, tell them to pay more so that they pay for the meal. And one more little piece. If they still don't pay enough, threaten to call the cops or some silly thing like that. That'll make it fun. Okay, so that's what your assignment in Chapter 3, Lesson 5 is. I hope you enjoy it. It's good practice for you. And let me know if you run into any problems or have questions. Talk to you again soon.